And she posted these to TikTok when she should have been posting these to Reddit. Listen, if you ever want a real internet gumshoe, and I'm talking like don't fuck with cats / Tiger King type of sleuth, you gotta take these right to Reddit, guys. Listen, when the Reddit community comes together, lights out, game over for whatever they're after, guys. Period.
Because Joe Rogan, we don't have to make videos to pretend anymore. All of this is happening. We're coming to you. I challenge you man to man to a fight. Honorable. And we don't have to pretend or make any videos. The world is watching. They'll make the videos for us. And you don't have to hold a camera. You can hold the hand of somebody that you love, because what happens next to you, you're going to need to remember that feeling. You're going to need something more than what you did to give you something to fight for. Because I have a family that's like me. That's, you know, that's why I know that. When you're a black belt, you've never come across something like this.
So this dude eats raw testicles daily, but couldn't stop Joe Rogan ignoring him. And now he's doing push-ups in a holding cell. From Liver King to Looney Tune, for the love of God, will someone quick get this man some cooked food and a therapist ASAP?
But Elon Musk, that just happened. The spaceship that blew up.
I mean, even the other day, it was...
Whoa!
What? No! There's news going around that the government is trying to stop Elon from actually going to Mars because there's some that he's not ready to see yet, or they're not ready to let go yet. Elon, you know how much money he spends on that tank?
Yeah.
And they're trying to say, oh, it's just a tank failure. What? It didn't even get off the ground. They're trying to stop it. Yo, his first rocket that he tried to send up, I think it exploded randomly, right? He said that they sabotaged me. I feel like I'm being sabotaged. Yeah, because I've spent so much money. Like, is there like a missile they send to get it?
They send like double agents.
Yes. Whoever's working on it, like, mess up the calculation. We're not something that's that experienced. Yo, and he's bragging about it. He's like, yo, I'm going to Mars. What the hell? You know?
Yeah, so Starship 36 explodes before making it to orbit. But yeah, we made it to the moon in '69 with those paper computers. That wasn't a launch, guys. That was a $3 billion fireworks show with commitment issues.
If you have not been following the Boca Aquarium situation, it's time to go down the rabbit hole. So this morning, what Thompson Aquarium, she gets her kids together, packs their stuff up, finds an aquarium in her area, and she goes there. But instead, it's a jewelry store with fish tanks. Now, you may be
What?
wondering how we did that, which is like Google it. I did. And they advertise themselves as an aquarium, like offering field trips and saying it's
Wow.
an educational experience. When you look through their whole page, it looks like a legit aquarium. So she wasn't petty or mean about it or anything. She's like, look, you know, like anybody in their right minds would be. I understand where she was coming from 100%. I will defend her on that one because I've looked myself. But now the aquarium is crashing out. Do yourself a favor, go to their page, go to aquarium, and just scroll through the videos. I sat there watching it like for a good 10 minutes. Like I'm not even. If they have a social media manager, it may be time to rethink that and get smooth blazing because this shit is wild.
Imagine like hyping your kids to go see sharks and stingrays and sea turtles, only to arrive at a jewelry store with what, a beta fish guarding a Rolex? Not an aquarium, guys. That's a jewelry store with emotional support guppies.
She was inspecting a house after her tenants always moved out. She sees this. A woman named Sarita records a video after having to clean the house so many times in a short period of time. She explains that for some reason, the tenants always move out for unknown reasons and with no notice. Sarita begins to walk through the abandoned property, trying to make sense why people keep moving out when the problem is captured. As Sarita walks toward the bathroom, a door suddenly opens by itself. But as she looks around, what's there? What was meant to be a simple tour turns into a living nightmare. While Sarita walks further in, a disembodied voice is heard. Then she hears someone trying to get in.
Entonces, el Señor está disponible. Hey, ¿andan acá?
Freaked out, she decides it's time to leave and sees this.
Tengo que ir a poner la luz de ella porque se está poniendo ya. Ay, no.
Whatever is there opens a couple of doors, like it's actively trying to let Sarita know it doesn't want her there.
Well, I guess this just about clears up any unknown reasons as to why people keep leaving the house so soon. Get a new job.
A tired parent let ChatGPT babysit their 4-year-old for 2 hours and then admitted it on the internet. A parent shared on Reddit that they were exhausted after 45 minutes of non-stop talk about Thomas the Tank Engine, so they tapped out, picked up their phone, opened ChatGPT, handed the phone to their kid, and said, "Tell the computer all about Thomas." Look, I get needing a break when your kid is talking your ear off, and sometimes you do have to get stuff done, but this parent made a choice. After this parent let their kid talk to the ChatGPT for 2 hours, the transcript was over 10,000 words long. Now this parent's wondering if they messed up because their son thinks that ChatGPT is the coolest train-loving person ever. Chat set the bar super high, and the parent doesn't think they can compete. While some people thought this was cute and relatable, we gotta address the elephant in the room. Hi, ChatGPT is not meant for use by anyone under the age of 13. This child is 4 and doesn't know the difference between a chatbot and a real person. Meanwhile, we've got adults out here developing parasocial relationships with AI. How is a 4-year-old supposed to navigate a robot BFF? It's gotta be confusing. And maybe it's just me, but I'd be a bit worried about a conversation between a kid and AI going in a darker direction. It wouldn't take much for an innocent conversation to take a very hard left turn. Call me old-fashioned, but supervision and caution should probably both be exercised when introducing new technology to young children. Hours alone with AI just doesn't seem prudent for a preschooler. Of course, parents should get breaks when they need them. Parenting is exhausting. Just be aware of how you're facilitating those breaks. So if you're ever thinking about giving ChatGPT to a preschooler, maybe think about popping on a movie instead. We don't need a kid out here living the movie Her before they start kindergarten.
Listen, guys, I'm not saying that I agree with this mom, and I'm definitely not saying that what she did was right. But how is this any different from the mom who puts her kid in like one of those jumpy things or a playpen and puts on Baby Shark on repeat right in front of you? You know what I'm saying, guys? It's not the ChatGPT, it's not the kid, it's the parents. It's the parents. That's all I got for this one, y'all. Leave us a comment. Let us know your thoughts. Fam, we are on a mission to 100,000 subscribers this year. I'm pretty sure we can make it. I just need a little bit of help from everyone out there. So if you like what we're doing, please, guys, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Sub up. Join the Unreal Army, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.
Were you born between 1970 and 1979? If so, you can get $250 to spend at McDonald's completely free. And I can tell you right now, this is going to upset a ton of people because we're giving away these $250 gift cards completely free to anyone who was born between 1970 and 1979. No need to enter credit card or pay anything. Just answer a few quick questions to get $250 to spend on McDonald's meals. Visit the next page to get yours now before we run out. I mean, this is literally free cash, as each gift is loaded with $250 to spend on any meal at any McDonald's in the United States. So what are you waiting for? Get yours now before it's too late. Because the last time we did something like this,
I don't think I spent $250 a year on McDonald's.
So don't wait anymore. Visit the next page and tell us where to send your McDonald's gift card now. Trust me, you won't be disappointed.
We like traveling somewhere and it's just going way fast. Let me have some fries. That's it. So I might get their breakfast. That's the only thing that's fresh. Is the egg. They have to make real eggs now.
Right?
Other than that, I worked there in my team. I was doing that shit. I was made to go around that bush. That shit doesn't even digest your system. It takes years to digest.
Who was the first president of the United States?
George Adams.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Who?
George Adams? George Adam?
George Adam?
We're cooked, y'all. We're cooked. Welcome back to If You Laugh, You're
We are
Conservative.
cooked.
If you are still a Republican, even through everything that has been going on the past few months with Trump's presidency, I am genuinely concerned for you.
Mr. Finn, a recent study has proven that 100% of me doesn't give a fuck.
What is the weirdest thing about conservatives?
Everything?
Says Bozo the Clown.
How am I supposed to pick one thing? I don't know. They're just in everybody's business when they don't need to be.
Y'all, does he have a swing on the back of his monster truck? God bless America.
We saw this person and they were bald. They had on a dress and high heels. My buddy turns to me and he goes, "Do you think that's a woman with cancer or a man in a dress?" I was like, I don't know, but either way, I'm sure the parents are heartbroken, you know?
That was dark.
Time to harvest this big boy. Let's see. Aw, I thought he was gonna be longer.
I had $1 for every time I heard that. I wouldn't have to.
The weirdest thing about conservatives.
Their obsession with human genitalia.
Weirdest thing about liberals is their obsession with telling us what they do with their genitalia.
Because why does it matter what my genitals look like?
Why does it matter where you stick your genitals? Yet you have to put it on a flag and have a parade about it.
I'm not interested in having with people.
It's so cute when men say first date is on me. Like everything is on you until the day you die, silly. Gentlemen, run, don't walk from women like these. Jasmine Crockett's still big mad she wasn't briefed on the Iran bombing.
So obviously, it's been bombs, missiles, all kinds of stuff. And to be clear, I've still not gotten
anybody
any
get married to
type
Donald Trump,
of
I think that's an
briefing. So
achievement.
just so y'all know,
He said, don't be dating, yeah, I think that's an achievement.
nobody's tried to call us in for a top secret briefing. Honey, you're on the House Committee on Agriculture. The only way you get briefed on covert military operations is if they involve a cornfield in Iowa.
But please don't interrupt me during my time.
With pleasure.
I know I'm a woman, but please try to limit yourself to answering my questions. Now, I'm sorry, but we get talked over all the time, and I don't want that to happen at this hearing.
You can hear from that crowd booing that identity politics don't work anymore.
Yeah.
He asked me on a date to IHOP and expects me to split the $27 bill.
No, I'm upset because you asked me on a date and you're asking me to split the bill with you. It's a respect thing.
I just don't know you.
Okay, I don't know you that well, so that's completely fair, but I still agreed to go on a date with you to IHOP, and you're asking me to split the bill, and I don't think that's like respectful.
And a lot of people say the person that asks should pay. The reality is women don't ask men out on dates very often.
Yep.
But men would still be stuck with the bill.
For anyone saying Monster Jam is just for running over cars and going off big jumps, this is some precision driving. This is a horrible idea. What isn't? Oh no.
That's dope. You see that?
Flying billboards.
Build a thing, you put
No.
look.
Got some Fifth Element type up in here. But
Did you vote for Obama and Biden?
I did, yeah. I can tell from the outfit, bud.
How do you feel about their deportations? Being they actually deported more people than Donald Trump.
That's a good question because I really wasn't paying attention at that point. You voted for them, but you weren't really paying attention at that point.
I can't really say.
You do ask me what the best way to tell your parents that you are inferior is.
Oh, so you're talking to people's children online. What do you tell them?
And there's a question that I think a lot of you should ask first, and that is, should you tell them?
Okay, so step one, encourage children to approach their parents from a position of distrust.
Fortunately, a lot of you guys do have parents who don't like furries and don't like furries and won't accept you. So what do? You don't tell them.
Step two, encourage children to keep secrets from their parents.
Most folks are raised to believe that family is everything. That even if your parents are awful to you, it does not matter because they are still your parents. But that's just not true. Being your parent does not suddenly give them permission to be mean to
to you, to disrespect you, or to invalidate you, no matter how weird it may seem to them.
It is not a parent's job to simply invalidate every little thing that their child says. In fact, that is piss poor parenting. A parent not